Hello, and welcome to a new video, my friends. So it's summer. It is a beautiful time of the year, and more than anything else, I'm just really feeling like reading summer romances right now. I kind of just want to have like outdoor time. I would say pool time, but we got rid of our pool. That was a mistake, probably. Maybe beach time, and just read some cute little fluffy summer romances. So I have 3 that are on the top of my TBR right now, and they're the ones that I'm gonna just kind of focus on for this video. And we're gonna see. I don't know how long this is going to take. We're just going to keep filming until we're done all 3 of these. So let us just talk about what videos or what books we're going for. Carly Fortune has come out with a new book, One Golden Summer, and this one also takes place, like many of her other books, in Lake Country in Ontario, which is perfect for me. I do live in Ontario. I do not live anywhere near a lake, but we do happen to have a friend who lives near one. Maybe I'll have to go visit. But it really gives the summer vibes that I tend to go for, and a lot of her books, and the summer vibe that I happen to experience most of the time. So I happen to really love her book. Debatable. I've said I've enjoyed some of them in the past, and others I have not enjoyed quite as much, but they always give me a beautiful summer vibe. We have a new rom-com from Megan Quinn, which is Till Summer Do Us Part, and she is the queen of the ridiculous and kind of stupid at times rom-coms. Just really, I feel like movies translated to books, if that makes any sense. Like, her books are through and through rom-coms. They are comedies, they are ridiculous, and we're following main characters in some of the most ridiculous and stupid scenarios in the world. But I also tend to really enjoy them. This one, Summer in the title, must be summery. And then we have one that I really don't know much about. It is called That Summer Feeling. Am I picking this one entirely because it has summer in the title? Yeah, I know nothing else about this book. I think I've read from this author before, but I'm also not sure. And yeah, I'm fully just going into this one because it says summer in the title, and I am hoping that it will give me these vibes that I'm looking for. So those are 3 books that we are going to be reading this video, and I am truly intensely excited. Goal is definitely to be doing some fun summer activities, and we will see how that goes, but we will hope that I still manage to accomplish them, and hopefully finding some new favorite books. So friends, let's just dive into this one. Voila. We have started 2 new books, and I am so intensely excited to talk about both of these. So first off, let us say, what is it called? That Summer Feeling. That was very off. So I started this one, and we're following a woman and her sister who go to this adult summer camp, I guess it is. So it's basically this summer camp that this group of people opened, and they decided to offer like a summer or an adult week. So basically people who either really are nostalgic for those summer feelings, or who maybe never had that opportunity as a kid to go to something like this. So I think in this case, it's a woman and her sister. They never had the money to be able to go to one, and now that this opportunity comes up, they decide to take it. Our main character, we follow her at the beginning, right after she got married, and she meets this man in the airport, and she drops her bracelet and touches him, and instantly has this crazy vision of herself with him surrounded by love. But then goes back to reality. He's not her husband. He is just some random man. She runs off, goes on her honeymoon. Then we come back 2 years later. She's now divorced with her sister, going to this camp. And when she gets there, meets that man that she mysteriously met in the airport, and kind of comes this moment of like, oh shit, is this my future husband? Is this a man that I am destined to be with? And now she is very quickly becoming like best friends with his sister. She told the sister about this, and she basically, now they're working together to try and set her up with this guy and see if she can fulfill the little dream that she had / vision, maybe. I don't know. It's very random little supernatural element in this. But I'm a little confused on this one. I'm enjoying it. I did think this was queer for some reason. Maybe entirely just the cover where it's 2 women. I really thought that was more the way this is going, which it still potentially could. But that's kind of throwing me off, where I'm like, who is this man? Who is this blonde man? I don't know if we want him in this story. He also genuinely seems kind of bland as hell, like just some average jockey man. So maybe he's not the one that we are ultimately going to end up with. I hope not. But it's fun. I'm enjoying this summer camp aspect, I have to say. It really, that idea of a summer camp for adults, that sounds really fun. I do like that. So that one's going good. I'm 25-ish% in. And then I've also started One Golden Summer, and I'll say I'm 18% on this one. And this one is something about it. It is hitting me at the absolute best moment of my life, I think. And something about this one is just really working for me. So we're following a young woman. I guess she has gone through a breakup, but she's going through kind of a questioning period in her career, I guess. guess. She's a photographer, and there's been a few things lately. She just has not felt fully satisfied. She's felt overworked and just unsure, I guess, of a lot of the direction she wants to go in the future. Her grandmother takes a very rough fall and ends up shattering her hip, needs a hip replacement. And because our main character is, I would say, the less or least like committed to certain things, she's the one who ends up moving in with her grandmother to take care of her. Come the summer, she decides basically to suggest that they go to this this lake house that her grandmother's best friends used to go to all the time, and that they kind of haven't visited since her grandfather died and her grandmother's friend also. So she decides, like, let's go spend the summer at this house and just kind of relive the memories that we used to have here. So that's where we are right now. It's just our main character and her grandmother. They are at this cottage on a lake in Ontario, which the one thing I will say, I looked up where this takes place and I am so pleasantly surprised to realize it is less than 2 hours from where I live. And I am having this moment of like, oh, if I'd planned this properly, could have booked a weekend there and then read this book there, like, you know, reading books where they take place. That's something I would love to do. But I did not plan that. And I was even like floating the idea like to my husband of like, oh, maybe we should just do like a little day trip just to go see like what the setting of this book is. And we are like way too busy for the next little bit. Like my in-laws are very shortly coming to visit and we really will not have any time in like the next month or two, which is unfortunate because I think that would have been super fun to like read this while there, but maybe something in the future, maybe a place I'll need to go. And this is ultimately going to be a romance between our main character and this man named Charlie. He was one of the main characters in, I can't remember the name of it, but it was Carly Fortune's first book, and it's definitely going to be a romance between them. He's kind of been like a handyman who's helping out around the house, and you can see that attraction is there. That's fine. That so far is whatever to me. There's like very little to go off of with the romance, but I have to say this book is touching me in a very personal place, and it is reminding me a lot of these summers I used to spend with my grandmother when I was a teenager and a kid too. Like we would just spend them at her cottage. Something about the description of this cottage is really bringing me back to those summers that I spent there and just all of these things that my grandmother and I would do together. And yeah, this book is like really emotionally hitting me that way, and I already like did not expect that. It is just, I think, hitting me at the very right moment for it. So I'm really enjoying this one, and I wanted to read more of it last night, but I kind of made myself stop and just kind of like, I think it's one that I want to read slower, and usually with romances I don't do that. I just can like speed through them. I think I want to take this one slow, and I'm definitely feeling a little emotional with those memories. So there's that. Those are 2 started, 2 off to a good start, and yeah, we're gonna keep reading now. Okay, so I'm continuing on in that summer feeling. This is bad. The book isn't bad, but it's bad that I can never remember the name to this one. I have the cover perfectly pictured in my mind, but I can't remember the name. And yeah, this is going queer, and I'm very excited about it. It also is interesting because our main character who we're following, she is somebody like we just read a section that I'm really enjoying, where she kind of is coming to this realization that she likes women and that she's always liked the idea of dating a woman, but because of just like how heteronormative society is, she's never really actually allowed herself to have a moment like to truly think of what that would mean for her. Instead, she's always she was saying she's like I've always done the right thing, done the thing that I think I'm supposed to do, which was up till this point marrying a man, and then that relationship fell through. But getting married and then kind of quickly realizing that that was not the right decision for her, that was not the right relationship, and realizing now that like she's always very much pictured herself with a woman, but in her mind she's like just kind of like pushing that down to me, like, no, but as a friend. And she's like, I always picture a woman by my side, but a friend, not a relationship. And it's kind of nice to see her just kind of having this moment of like really really coming to the realization that no, I've been trying to push something on myself that is not me, and I need to really realize, like, I need to actually do what's going to make me happy. The relationship's cute. It's like, yeah, it's like a really sweet friendship turned, definitely going to be something more, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I think it's really cute. And while we're here, I got a package from Jones Roden, and I do think this is, based on things I've seen them release recently, I think this is going to be very summer appropriate. So let's open that up. I'm part of their PR list, and yeah, Jones Roden is probably my favorite, well, one of my favorite beauty companies. So let's see. Yes. Okay, I literally just saw this being talked about on Instagram today. They have a new sunscreen, and it comes in 5 shades. So there's untinted, sandy, peachy, golden, and apricot. So we just have all those different shades. But they sent me untinted, which makes sense. And it's a colorless option for light to medium skin tones. Let's see the description. Determined to find a clean mineral sunscreen that works well with makeup, Bobby and her team spent over 3 years developing everyday sunscreen. The result, 5 innovative color correcting pigments that look natural under your everyday makeup without compromising or protecting your skin. I like this little sticker too. It's like, just wear your fucking sunscreen. So let's look at this. I wear sunscreen every single day, so you know, always. And yeah, there we go. That's the component, and just put a little bit on. Be interesting to see. I don't think it's going to have a white cast, but it actually feels pretty nice. Be interesting to see what I think. My all-time favorite sunscreen is Glow Screen from Supergoop, but I'm literally always like looking for others. You can never have too much. And the Daily Brush, what is this? Oh, okay. So I guess it's just a brush to apply it in. I do like their brushes. They're like usually really nice. They have soft bristles and like are very thick on this one. Cool. Thanks you, Jones Road. Okay, so we completed a few summery things. Went and got ice cream, had some bubble tea, sat in the park and read. So I've done a few summery things since then. And I've started watching Love Island. I'm like the last person in the world who's coming to it. Where we are right now, it is like getting very close to the finale. So like I am behind every single person, but it's kind of becoming my fun little like walking/running show where I'll just put on an episode, and basically that is, I'm only allowing myself to do it when I'm on the treadmill, and I'm having a great time. So just something very mindless to kind of distract me when I am like dying on a run. So we're continuing on some of our little fun summary things, and there's still some things I want to do before the end of this video. Like I really want to go to the beach, and also read on the beach. I mean, come on, that's the best thing ever. But we're doing some fun summary things, and I have finished the next book, which is That Summer Feeling, and really enjoyed this one. I'm giving it 4 stars. I think that this was fantastic in so many ways. Our main character was really going on a discovery journey and self-acceptance journey, I would say, as well, where she was kind of realizing that, you know, she can make a new path for herself. She doesn't necessarily have to do these same things that she kind of thought her life would be going on, if that makes sense. Like, just because she's lived her life a certain way does not mean it always has to be like that. And also just like really finding a family for herself, because it really sounded like she was somebody who didn't have a lot of friends outside of her sister. And basically when she got to this camp, she managed to find her people. Like, I mean, I'll say just in general, the type of people who would go on an adult only summer camp, I feel like they all would, you know, get along very well. So she just really found like her tribe, and that's kind of how I would say it. And just the people that she finally fits in with. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed her self-discovery journey and coming to some realizations about her sexuality. Really enjoyed the romance. Just overall, like deeply enjoyed so many things about this one. And it was super fun. It had a lot of like very nostalgic summer vibes. They were doing all of these like silly camp activities that, like, you know, reminded me so much of my childhood, and honestly sounds so fun to be doing as an adult. So it was just really fun overall. And yeah, I'm really happy I read this one. And then I have gotten now 40-ish% into One Golden Summer, and still really enjoying this. Just, this is also giving me so so much nostalgia in a very different way. Like that summer feeling was all summer camp nostalgia for when I was a kid and all those activities I used to do. This one is giving me nostalgia for my family cottage and just being there with my grandmother, being there with my family, and, you know, just really, really rustic summer cottages. And there's like every scene when they're describing the cottage, I am just drawn back to my childhood cottage and like what we would do with my family and really enjoying that. I will say I'm not necessarily feeling all that much about the romance itself. That's still like kind of whatever to me, but I mean, like, I'm not hating it. I'm just kind of blah about it. So that part's fine. It's the summer vibes that are like deeply doing it for me. And just something about this one is like really, really hitting me in a place I did not expect. So we're still doing fantastic in this. We are like really off to like the best start we ever could be. And truly, truly so happy. Okay, we are done. One golden summer. And I really, really deeply enjoyed this one. It is not a 5-star. And I will say the only reason for that is that I didn't love the romance. There was just something kind of missing for me in that one, and something that just didn't end up like making me swoon / feel really invested in it. But truly everything else about this was fantastic. They had like just so many vibes that remind me of my summers of my childhood, and just so many things that made me feel so nostalgic and so happy. And there was even a scene where they went to Ottawa, which is where I live, and I loved seeing that. That was fun. Yeah, overall this was fantastic. I really, really deeply enjoyed this one, and really like back in Carly Fortune's like world, because I think her most recent release I didn't like. Actually, her last 2 releases I didn't like, but I liked the first one. And yeah, that's a whole other aside. But so I guess now I've liked 2 of her books, and I really, really loved this one. I related like so much to our female main character as well, as she's just kind of like trying to get her spark back and trying to take the summer to like really reprioritize what she wants and just kind of decide how she wants to live her future. And I love that. I really, really loved so many things about this. And yeah, it was fantastic. 4 stars. Really, really would recommend this one as a fantastic summer romance. And then I have started, what is it called? Till Summer Does Us Part. And I can already guarantee this is going to be stupid. This is going to be very, very stupid. It is very much a silly rom-com, and sometimes I'm into that. Sometimes I am very, very into it, and I don't know if I am right now. I might have to pick it up a different day, but we're basically following, it is a female main character. She's at this company that is full of married people, and to try and fit in, she's like, oh, I'm married too. I never talk about it because we're on the rocks. And then her boss is like, oh, my husband just so happens to be the best marriage counselor in the game. And somehow our female main character, she just kind of is like, oh yeah, cool, that would be great, and ends up getting signed up for an appointment with him. So she enlists the help of her best friend's brother, and now they are faking a relationship. And it's gonna be silly and over the top, and a lot of Megan Quinn's books are like this, which they very, very much give rom-com and summer rom-com a lot of the time. Like, they're silly, they're ridiculous, they have these over-the-top plots and over-the-top scenarios that our characters get into. And if you're just like kind of going in for it, just not like being that serious and just going for the vibes, they can be pretty fantastic. Sometimes they're just like a little too much, but you know, we'll see how this one goes. And I know part of it, they're going to end up going to this marriage counseling camp with the rest of her coworkers. We'll see how it is. But I've started that. I'm not far in. I'm like maybe 15%. So we're still testing the waters there. I kept meaning to come in and update more, but we're done until Summer Does This Part. And this one, I really wanted to enjoy it. It had like so many things that I thought could be fun. It especially like it had that summer camp vibe again that I was really, really enjoying from the other book. And this one, it didn't work. It was a little too ridiculous, a little too silly, and it just really like stupid rom-com kind of vibes. And while I can say I like rom-coms, and it just sometimes, especially with Megan Quinn, I find her books get too silly and just too ridiculous. And I really, really want to enjoy them so much more. It just, I always kind of tend to have issues with them lately. honestly. And yeah, this one was just ridiculous. It felt very uncomfortable. The jokes felt uncomfortable. That was more of it. The premise was just kind of stupid. I didn't like our characters' relationships. They were just constantly fighting. And that was kind of part of the point, is they're supposed to be faking that they need marriage counseling, and they're just arguing constantly. But I just didn't really like the characters. I didn't like the conflict. I thought it was too silly. So unfortunately, like, it just wasn't a hit for me. And kind of sucks, because I think like the first two books that we read in this video were major successes. And then I'm just coming out of this one, I'm like, that was enough. That was something I don't really want to think about again. Not terrible, it just wasn't great. So yeah, that one's done. But with that, I guess we're done this video. This was fun. I actually really enjoyed reading kind of seasonal romances. So I think I'm probably going to try to do this for like every season now, is just do a quick little video of reading some romances that are set in that season, and like really dive into these kind of like tropes and stuff, because I thought it was cute. It was fun. So yeah, we're going to end off the video here. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, I would love if you could consider subscribing. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in a video soon. Bye.